Welcome, hello, Yasu, hi, my name is Ty Kölner, and today it is the third part of Sound is Magic. And I want to do a little practice part with you today, so probably you need a space where you're more alone and safe for yourself, because it is about singing, and I will introduce you how to do it by yourself because if I am singing something for you like last time, or if you're listening music, depending on how loud you do listen it at a concert, it might work. But the real frequencies are evolving within yourself when you're singing. So this is something very special, and I want to give you a little exercise on how to do this. You don't need to be a good singer or a good voice artist to do so. It's just about daring, exercising, experimenting. And in the end of this session, I will introduce you to a technique which did break open my Ajna. So I will give you a little warning in the end about these techniques. You can do it. It did work on me. I can promise you that it will unchain the Ajna chakra with you. On me it did do. But I will give you a warning in case you're not prepared to or don't want to dare to. So this is what I am going to do now. For those who don't know me yet, first of all, check in for the other two sessions of Sound is Magic. Also, if you didn't already subscribe my channel, make sure to subscribe my channel and to switch on notifications so you get informed as soon as I do a new video. So, part 3, let's dive into that. At first, you should make sure that you have a good breathing. So if you have a cold, make sure your breathing is good, your nose is free. And also make sure to have your spine straight up so you get the most of volume into your body. And I will do a little breathing with you before so that you feel the breathing in your body, because breathing is essential in singing and in speaking. So at first relax, sit down, close your eyes and only focus on your breathing. Breathe in as deep you can, hold it, and breathe out slowly. Hold it, and breathe in slowly and deep again. Hold it, let go. Hold it, and breathe in deeply. Get back to your normal breathing pattern. Remember how deep you were able to breathe into your belly. And now we do it a little far faster, because in singing you sometimes have to do like and speak further, and same is about breathing pattern in singing. So we do just a fast breathing in and a slowly breathing out. And this fast breathing in will be as deep you can, and the slow breathing out will be like a soft flowing out of your body. So on 3, you take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Slowly out. Again on 3. 1, 2, 3. And slowly out again. Okay, the first thing I want you to teach, because this is a technique not often used. I did learn it in the west of Germany when I did live there. It was a corner which was quite stormy, and I was teaching myself the voice of the storm, so to say. So basically you imitate the storm blowing, and on your breathing in you keep up this melody, but you're breathing in. So it's basically breathing in with the sound of the wind, breathing out with the sound of the wind. This you can exercise yourself. On a stormy day it's perfect, so you can learn how to mimic it. In a stormy night, this is quite connecting to the force of the storm. So I will show you, and you just try as good as you can. So the trick here is first you contract the muscles while you're sucking in the air, and on the same way when you let go the air you force them through a small channel, so to say. So try it again. Now you could put it into a more stormy weather. Let's say there are some wires and the wind is catching in, so it's giving a feeping. So in that case, you use the tongue to roll it in while you're blowing the air in or out. So from the deep, you just form your tongue to give it this shape of this wind caught in the wires. I will show you again. So this is, as I did name this technique, speaking wind. The point is you really get, if you do it for a longer time, you get into this frequency of flowing of the bows of the wind, flying over the landscape, catching into trees and wires and house edges and so on, and you basically get into this power of this wind when you're doing so. Another thing I did exercise on was a quite dark singing. I'm not a throat singer. I have to say the Mongolian tradition is far more experienced. But even though I got a quite high speaking voice, not too high, but a female speaking voice, it is no problem to get down here. And there is one thing you can do to use the vocals. So basically, it's the U and the O. And I will show you how you do it. The benefit is that you get a deep, deep, deep grounding when chanting these vocals because all your energy field is waving in this frequency and you will feel it by your body. So just try it again with me and I will show you how I do. There we also work with the tongue again. This time we open the muscles as deep we can so we get a volume within our throat by singing, and we also roll the tongue this way again. You have to experiment a little bit to find the way how to do. I only did the oo, so the U and the O, but you also can experiment on the other vocals. It will immediately get a little more higher of the sound, but you try to keep it in here and you focus as your mindset. You focus it like a tube deep in your body, and this is the tube where you're singing. You're not singing here, you're singing here. So try it again. I try with the consonant, with the vocals. I try the vocals across so you can see the difference. So, and there is a trigger of something I will do with you later. Make sure it doesn't split up. So just keep the clean sound down your throat into this deep. So So you just get this deep one, and this deep frequency is pulsating through your entire body. So if you are in a stress, in a rage, in whatever, so this deep basing vibrations can set you down and can calm you down a little bit. So also there is a magical technique which is quite interesting when you are doing mantras, for example. You know, left hand path, we are a little bit about experimenting, but it's quite interesting and it's more the direction of natural sounds like the wind singing, the voice of the wind, It's when you start to vibrate your tongue to give it a r, like the English r, but while you're singing. So I tried on an A first, on the vocal A. On an E, it will be a problem. So try it on an O. You basically got all the tongue in your mouth down, and it's just a part of it flipping. You have to exercise. It's an R and an O you can do. So so you already get a certain frequency onto it. And now let's try to add the U. You see, the singing is not this deep, it's higher, and this is because of your tongue is giving this vibrating sound to it. So you got the deep tone from your singing, but the high tone from the vibration. This is the first splitting. So let's combine this A, O, U. Now you see why I did do this breathing pattern before, because you have to push in the air first and to slowly get it out. And if I'm talking all the time, yeah, I lack the breathing. So I first get myself a little more into breathing, but exercise on this, and also make sure your tongue is on the one hand flat on the mouth, and just a part of it is vibrating. Not the tip of the tongue, it's more back. You will see it. When you make it, you will see it immediately. So this is the the third one, doing in vibration. Also it is maybe a kind of shaking awake as well, because this is comparing to the throat singing, which is quite basing, quite rooting. This vibration of the tongue, this rattlesnake sounds of your tongue is more like an alarming. So it's not to calm you down, it's more to sharpen the senses. Now there is something what is more like spheric. What I do, I name it a hissing, and this is a variant of the cloud singing, the wind singing, and it is the snake itself. And you do it the same way as you do on the wind. So you do it out with a high pressure, and you suck it in with a high pressure as well. There you get the tongue rolled in the front, and at the same time you contract the muscles of your face as well, because this is sharpening like this sizzling. Also, you can try to put the tongue up here so you get a feeping into. Now let's combine this with the throat singing. And to those who are close to nightmares, I thank you for your time and I wish you a wonderful one. To those who want to explore that techniques, the now following session can give frequency what is digging into memories which you probably did hide. So it is a tool I use, or a tool what some magicians use in doing ambient music as well. It is something a little darker because it scratches our primal fears. So just listen first, and so I will explain. It is a mix of this hissing and the throat singing. You basically close your throat by high pressure, and you use this hissing you do when you're blowing in and out the air, while at the same time you open this tube. I do it again. You will feel how your throat is packed like that. And this is when you do that in a meditation, this high pressure on your throat is also something giving a high existential sensation on your throat. So don't overdo it, but it is really something to work with when you want to dig into primal fears. So this is the last one, and as I did tell you, it's the one which cracked free onto my Ajna. When I did exercise this, I did do an experiment about bitonal overtone singing, and I had no idea what would happen about. So if you know already where to find support on a sudden Ajna opening, you're in a good hand. If you have no idea, probably start meditating, because it was unclosable for about a year until I got back my control. So, and before that, I was the one gossiping about, yeah, no, the kids are out of the house, it's boring, and hey, I got an Ajna opening. This was my opinion back then in about 2000. And in 2016, it crashed on me like a hammer. So I cannot deny it is existing anymore. But back then, I didn't see it. And when I did this lesson, it was open for one here. And this is, to those who did experience this, you know what kind of a hammer this is. To those who never did do, imagine having a vision flash day and night, overlaying your day perception. Also, you got a pressure on your head, like carrying a cup on your head, but here, all the time, I was close to running crazy. However, if you're one of these brave souls trying that, and if you are one of these prepared souls already meditating or starting to meditate, or in the best case having a mentor helping you in case of opening the Ajna, then this is something for you. So overtone singing, you go nearly same as on throat singing. That's why I told you to keep a clean tone. But you start to roll the tongue as you do on hissing. And you do it up to your mouth. So I will show you on an A. You do it like that. And now we switch from A to E. So you already hear this high peaks above. Now let's try this another way around. So A to O. And there, I wish you good luck in trying up and down. I will just do a mix of the vocals again. So the A, E, O, U. And you just slide on from one to the other. And while you're doing, especially in the deep tones, you will see the difference in the resonances. You got the very deep tone, but also you got a brilliant clear pinch up of the higher tones. And this is the high splitting, what is happening on that. I am not a high professional, I'm not a professional even, but there are indeed artists, singers, who just only sing the high pitch. And this is my respect. I couldn't do so, but even my low practice singing of this overtone singing did have had its impact already. So I will sing you in, and you can experiment to yourself if you dare so. To me, it did help in the beginning to give it the letter by your fingers. I will see if this helps me today, but this as for a little hint, if you hear the high tones, just to grab them, imagination, with your fingers. also sing it in the back of your tongue. Not here, but in the back of your tongue. I think it's firstly there are very high pitch frequencies below this, no matter if my voice is a cat, you know. One thing about this exercise as well, you can easily fall into singing this for hours. Take care. Not allow it to catch you. And if you feel a little tingling here by time, no, that's no accident. On me that happened. So if it is, just as a good advice, start meditating, because you will need the balance. So this is for today. Sound is magic. You bet it is. Talking next time.